founded Olie officially in 2011. I mean, I think I wanted to bring the highest quality I could to as many people as I could and really democratize and demystify this industry that promises silver bullets. Just these beautiful, glowing, radiant faces that you would see in magazines just felt sort of unattainable. And the promises were also so anxiety producing. Like, it almost made you feel like the thing that you bought yesterday isn't as good as the product that's on this magazine, so go get that. And that women were being sold, wasting money, sold this fantasy of all these products on the shelves, that this one's better than that one, and in the end, were really disappointing.
I never really bought into that any of these things really worked. They would get very divided up, like fur around your mouth, you know, wrinkles for here and for your forehead or for your under your eyes, and it would just be extremely overwhelming and confusing as to what to get, what not to get, and prohibitively, disgustingly, nauseatingly expensive. You know, as time went on, I just kind of lost interest in it all, didn't want to keep spending the money on it. It was like at that time that I met Linda, and she starts telling me at this dinner about how she makes these essential oils, and I really, really love essential oils, and I love smells. You know, in came this like little, you know, like this one like little white bottle, and I loved like just sort of the simplicity, and it smelled unbelievably great. And I put it on and it felt unbelievably great, and I was like, whoa, like I'm done.
And I thought, what if I could create one little product that was for every day, everywhere, for everyone, and then what if I could turn the industry on its head instead of using multiple ingredients you can't understand, what if I just did it really simply? And then I started to really learn about why were centuries of women using oils way back when? Why were our grandmothers using that very simple product? I mean, Cleopatra was using a whole variety of, you know, frankincense and, you know, certain kinds of oils and balms and nut oils. I mean, look at African women have been using crushed nuts for centuries. It's very, very simple. Because I think we do need to come back to a sense of simplicity. So what we decided to do is take each one of these subjects and put them in the lab and create a tailor-made body oil product for them that embodies their aspiration and something that they wanted to heal within themselves.
Linda and I are kind of co-creators on formulating the ingredients. What I did with the 6 women who came here, I had what's called an aromatic consultation with them. And so I work one-on-one with them to create like a healing blend that uses both chemistry of the oils and the plant material to affect change. So like with Biet, like she wanted something that would really deepen and expand her meditation practice.
What I get to see through meditation and through self-inquiry is how full of shit I am. Next year I'll be less full of shit. And eventually I hope to not be full of shit.
And so we looked at different oils that kind of she felt aromatically expressed that.
Yeah, we could just smell it. The ginger.
Yeah, that's a ginger.
I love the ginger.
I know, this is a really good one. Also, we smelled the essential oils and saw how it resonated emotionally.
Oh.
That's
really
a beautiful,
every time.
right? It's so earthy.
Why?
It's very grounding.
It's so sensible. It's really grounding.
It really brings you down to earth, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the session, they sit down with me, we talk, I find out kind of what's going on.
I think my issues are more mental. and lately I suppose I'd like to focus on what I've been focusing on most this year, which is positivity and self-confidence.
And then as I'm listening to them, certain oils kind of flash through my mind. So then I start pulling the oils and then I put them on scent strips like this. And then they take a second, I make them be still and quiet and just smell the oils underneath their nose. And then I watch their response. Like either they're like, oh, totally turned on by it, or they're like, oh, there's some note in there, there's something that's not quite connecting.
It's pretty strong. And it's got a little too much floral for me.
And then someone like Rachel, who is in a really beautiful place of transition and transformation. So we looked at oils that really were encouraging and supportive and promoted that flow of creativity. And with Molly, she wanted something that was very visceral of the body to kind of remind her to be grounded here. And so I chose nutmeg. It kind of moves you out of that place of stagnancy that you might feel.
That's lovely. It's like mint and cinnamon and coffee in California.
With Mari, she's like knew all the stuff about essential oils. She'd been working with them. She's been blending things.
Because I have such a rich, dark skin and it's already oily on its own, I try to just use like natural products. I love coconut oils, cacao.
In distributing the oils, I think we become closer to the people that created them. And I think since they have such different stories, I think, you know, it's one sort of physical embodiment of how we can become closer to their sense of authenticity.
And to infuse the product with the essence and the spirit and the story of a role model and someone that inspires people to be their greatest selves is just a perfect storm.
I'm almost always asked what I think of beauty standards of today, and I'm kind of like, ugh.
But my belly I love. Firm as firm, and I have all this stuff happening at the front, which I love. I mean, I could have done this and look like everybody else.
Once I realized that my value actually was indestructible, and that this, what you saw in front of you, wasn't what made me valuable, I was like, oh shit, like I can just put it all out there.
It's time for the world to look at one another as a human race and not like a black race or a white race. You bleed the same, you're born the same, you die the same.
Like, I know for a fact that I wouldn't be who I am if I had the long, blonde, brown, whatever hair. Like, I know. Like, the depth would not be there. You are who you are today. It's like perfect.